Hey Bookish Babes, and welcome to my book nook.
We are monsters. We give and we take.
For those that are new around here, the name's Rainy. I read all different types of books, so if you're interested in that, please like and subscribe to my channel down below. It really helps my channel grow. Today's video is going to be a book haul and an unhaul at the same time. Why, you ask? Because I was going to be doing quarterly book hauls where I shared all the books that I've acquired between January to March. And then I realized I've acquired over 30 books already. And it's only February 11th. Yeah, that's a lot. So, in order to not make my TBR way bigger than it needs to be and actually be able to fit books onto my shelves, I have decided that for every book I haul, I'm going to have to unhaul something. So, I figured what we would do is every 5 books that I haul, I'm going to share 5 books that I am unhauling, so that it's not like haul a book, unhaul, haul a book, unhaul. But that way, I'm held accountable, right? And so I'm going to have to get very strategic with what I decide to unhaul, right? So, that is the plan. That's what we're going to do. So let's dive in. So we're just going to go in order of what's on my spreadsheet as according to what I have hauled. And so for January, for Fairy Loot edition, I got A Fragile Enchantment by Allison Saft, which this is beyond beautiful. Like, oh my gosh. And it came with an irreversible jacket, which technically, look how stunning that is. Technically, the other side was the cover that came with it, but I liked this cover better, so I switched it out as soon as it got here. But I am excited to read this. I know it's about a dressmaker. It's a Regency, like, romance book that looks very, very cute. But I'm very excited. Like, Fairy Loot has been killing it with some of their special editions as of late. And then in January, I bought Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson because I knew that I was going to have to read this for the BookTuber's Best Books video. And I'm pretty sure I gave it either a 3 or a 3.5 stars. It was perfectly fine. It just wasn't, like, my favorite thing ever because I'm not a nautical boat fantasy girly. And also, like, it was just, it's cozy fantasy, which... say less. And at Books A Million, I happened to pick up The Girl and the Stars by Mark Lawrence, even though I hate mass market paperbacks because it was $5. And this is Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy's Backlist Book Club selection for January. And of course, I did not read it. Am I going to read it? Hopefully, yes, because otherwise I just have this book that I don't ever plan on reading otherwise. So, like, I need to get it together, fam. On a whim, because, you know, Target always has books way cheaper priced than everywhere else. I got Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare because I wanted to read this. I'm pretty sure Brittany is reading this at some point this year, and I said that I would read it at the same time as her. Now, do I have this planned for a vlog? No. But I need to figure it out because I do want to read this. I've heard it is absolutely fabulous. I'm pretty sure it was Bree from 4 Paws in a Book's Best Book of the Year, so that is very exciting. And then one of my January Book of the Month selections was Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver, which I did read already. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I had a fabulous time with it. It was super cute, fun. It was everything that I expected it to be and more. Serial killers who kill serial killers, like, that is just a fabulous concept to me. So now let's talk about books that I have to get rid of because 5 and 5. So I'm going to dig around for a second and see what I come up with. Okay, so I know a lot of people are going to judge me for getting rid of this, but, like, I didn't enjoy it, so why would I keep it? And that is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Like, I didn't like this book. Like, it just wasn't for me. So, like, wouldn't I rather it go into the hands of somebody that is going to enjoy it way more than me? I would think so. So, I'm getting rid of this, unfortunately. And then I also want to get rid of Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner because even though I read this and it was a memoir and I gave it 5 stars, like, I don't need to keep this on my shelf. Like, it was a perfectly fine time, but, like, I don't need to keep it. We're also going to be getting rid of Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I have not read this. The only reason that I own this, I bought this for a Secret Santa gift exchange and I got it sent to me on accident instead of sent to the person and I didn't want to pay for like more shipping. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll buy it on the Black Friday sale where it's only like $4 on Amazon and get it shipped to them. But then because of that, I already had this copy and I was like, oh, I'll just like, you know, get it sent back before the 30 days is up. Of course I didn't do that. So now I have this copy. But like, do I want to read this? No, I've heard nothing good about it. So it can just go away. We're also going to get rid of Ruthless Rival by L.J. Shen. It is the beginning of like some Royals like contemporary romance like series that like I'm just not interested in. I think I only got it for like $3 anyway and I picked it up because it was an L.J. Shen. I wanted to try them but like there are better books for them to try so like I don't need this on my shelf. And then this one pains me to get rid of because I absolutely love this author but this book was not it and that is Midnight is the Darkest Hour. We've got to get rid of it. It was not a good book, okay? We've got to get rid of it. It has to be done. It's going to be done. All right, back to hauling 5 more books. Then I picked up Ashes in the Sun by Jangle Wexler, honestly because it was just staring at me in the bookstore and I kept needing an excuse to read it and then it got onto my February TBR and I have started it, but I honestly need to restart it because I listened to audio and that was not the way to go about this because like it has enough world building that like I need to be heavily reading it to like be interested in it, but I was having a great time with it. Then we have an SMP title that was pre-ordered to me. It's signed. It came with signature artwork. I can't share about it because, you know, St. Martin's Press is not doing the job that it needs to get done. But it is the duet or the finale to a fabulous duology that, like, honestly, I loved the first book of. So, like, I want to read the second book, but it's like, what's the point of reading it when I can't gush about it anyway? Then we have my first pre-order of many from Barnes & Noble for the year, The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland, which is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. So it has pink rose gold edges. Ugh, beautiful. I am so excited to read this. I loved House of Hollow so much. It still smells like a brand new book. And so I plan on reading this hopefully in February or March because I want to, like, be on track with all the books that I pre-ordered throughout the year, but like this is just this is stunning. And then this is technically 3 books, so like I'm gonna do 6 and 6. I got the entire To Bleed a Crystal Bloom series, and I got not the Fairy Loot editions, I don't remember, like Midnight Whispers edition. Like I'll show a picture right here because like they're beautiful and they were selling them all for like a good price. And so I have 3 of those special editions for the whole series. Have I read the series yet? No. Do I think I'm going to love it? Yes, because it's a fantasy romance. So, like, it's fine. Like, I'm willing to bite the bullet on this one. But I have those 3 beautiful special editions headed my way. So, time to get rid of 6 books. Let's see what I'm getting rid of. The first one I'm getting rid of is The Dinner List by Rebecca Surley. I did not read this. However, I originally thought I was going to do a taste test for her. I read this, the In 5 Years book, and then her other book, like the one that came out, like I can't remember what it's named right now, but I just realized like that's not what I want to do it on. Like I don't want to do a taste test on her. Like she's a contemporary literary fic girly that doesn't really fit the brand for my channel. I have no interest in reading this. I have interest in reading the other ones, but like could care less about this one. We also have The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I'm not a huge YA girly. This would have hit back when I had an interest in reading this, but I don't have an interest in reading this, which I feel bad because I feel like people are going to say, no, Rainy, like, you should actually read this. This is a very good book. But it's past my time, okay? It's past my time. I have 2 books that I am unhauling that I cannot share with you because they are for videos that have not come out yet and I don't want to ruin those videos. So, I am unhauling 2 books and that is all you need to know. So we are at 4 for this. I'm sorry, I cannot show you them. The next one hurts me that I'm getting rid of it, but I didn't like it because it's a cozy fantasy and that's Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I didn't like this book, so like why am I going to keep it? Like I had a feeling I wasn't going to like it and I did not. So it's got to go bye-bye, unfortunately. And then I'm also getting rid of Just the Nicest Couple by Mary Kubica. This was perfectly fine, but like it wasn't that great of a thriller. It was very confusing. The characters were all named things that were very similar, and that did not help the case. So it just needs to go. All right, back to book hauling some more. Alright, up next, I had to have this. I plan on reading this at some point soon because I really do want to read it this year, and that is Feybound by Sarah L. Arifi. This looks beautiful. Jan Agaton has already read it and put it in like her top 10 of the year so far. I mean, I know it's just February, but like it's written by a BIPOC author. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a great time, so I need to prioritize this very, very soon. Give me a vlog to do so for. We also have The Fury by Alex Michaelides. I'm reading this in March for Gabby Reed's Patreon book club selection. I'm a little scared because I hated The Maidens, but I loved The Silent Patient, and I've heard that this can go either way. Like, people are either loving this or hating this, but I've heard that it's, like, very domestic, gossipy thriller type-esque, and I am about rich people drama, so, like, perhaps I will love this. Not sure. I technically bought the Butcher and Blackbird audio, and that's on here, like, but I'm not going to count that, even though I did mark it because, like, I did buy something, but I bought the audio. But we're not going to count that as, like, for unhauling purposes. I will show you the back of this book because I can't promote it. It is an SMP title that I was very excited for, that I was going to read for Buzzword, and then of course SMP had to be stupid, and now I can't read it anymore, and it is a new thriller that came out recently that I've liked another thriller of this author's, but unfortunately I can't read this one either! Then we have my January Probably Smut book club selection, and it was a special edition print of Dark City Omega, Beasts of Gadamora by Elizabeth Stevens. It is the first book in an Omegaverse series, and it is all black, like completely, which is very exciting. And no, I did not read it, but I'm excited to. All it says in the back is, you know I'm going to get away from you eventually. Over my dead body. Yes, she said, blinking at him like he was an idiot. Exactly. So, like, I don't know. It's dark romance, okay? That's really all I need to know. But I will get this. I will get to this eventually. And then, of course, I got my special edition of House and Flame and Shadow by Books A Million. I got the Books A Million exclusive. I wanted the Walmart exclusive, and I'm very proud of myself. I almost bought the Walmart exclusive the other day when I went to Walmart, even though I had this already, and was like, oh, I'll just sell this copy, or just keep both, honestly. And I was like, no, Rainy, honestly, when are you going to read this book? You're not going to read this book anytime soon. People are going to post the bonus chapters online for free. You already know that people are going to do this, so let people do the Lord's work for you, and you just sit back and keep this one copy, because Lord knows I'm not going to get to this until I finish Throne of Glass and ACOTAR and then Crescent City. So we got a while before this boo-boo is going to get looked at. So the first book I'm going to unhaul is actually a book that I hauled that I was going to share in this haul, and now I'm not sharing it in this haul because I'm getting rid of it and giving it to a friend for free, because this is what she really wanted out of the special edition box, and that has Always Been You by QB Tyler. So I got the dark and quirky special edition box of like the Booktubers box, which was 5 Booktubers. They chose one of their favorite books and they got an original cover and like stuff made for it. And this was McKay's from Oh Hey It's McKay. Her favorite QB Tyler book is Always Been You. And that's the one that I read that made it on my either worst or most disappointing books of the year that was very taboo about adopted siblings. I just couldn't get behind. So like, I already have a signed regular print edition of that book from her. I don't need a special edition of this book when I didn't love it that much. And I didn't buy the Booktuber box for this book. I bought it for other books. So I figured she could have it. So like, it's her. On the back, it's the dude. Very pretty. It has a special print edition. It comes with like the Skywalker or Skywalk on that. It's signed, and then every page is, let me find, like, it looks like that. Okay, so like it's a very beautiful book. Like they really did a fabulous job with this, but like I don't need this. So my friend Kelly is getting it and she's going to be very excited. Oh, and also each one of them came with like a print for the actual book as well. So this is going to be the perfect gift for them. I'm going to get rid of Two Wrongs Make a Right by Chloe Leaf. I started this last year, got like 10% into it, soft DNF'd it, but then I decided I was going to hard DNF it. I wasn't liking the writing, like it just, the writing style wasn't for me. I know the Chloe Leaf has a better series than this, the Bergman Brothers series, if I really want to get into her stuff, but like I just have no desire in picking this back up, honestly, ever. Then we're also unhauling What Alice Forgot by Leanne Moriarty. Everyone says this is her best book. However, I only cared to read Big Little Lies and maybe 9 Perfect Strangers. Like I'm not a big contemporary fiction girly. Like I don't just grab for that. I honestly don't know when I'm ever going to read this unless I put it in a vlog, and I don't see myself putting this in a vlog anytime soon. So I think someone else deserves to have this on their shelves, and I did only get this for 50 cents. I'm also going to get rid of Strange the Dreamer because I bought this on Pango and I didn't know that it was an ARC. You're not supposed to sell ARCs, and I don't want an ARC of this book. I want the actual book, so I don't know why I keep holding on to the ARC, but I need to get rid of it so I can get the actual like finished copy. And then I'm getting rid of Love in the Time of Serial Killers. Like, I just don't have any desire to read this anymore. I'm not a huge contemporary romance girly. Like, I'm not anymore. I'm a dark romance girly. I'm a fantasy romance girly. I don't care very much for contemporary romances. And I didn't even hear that great of stuff about this one. So, like, it doesn't need to be here anymore. Alright, back to the book haul. I'm going to show you the rest of the Booktuber box books that I got. So I got from, I don't remember which Booktuber did this one, but it was Devil of Dublin by B.B. Easton. And so this is a very pretty special edition. It has this, I love. You can't see it very well, but it's 2 people's faces kissing as like a forest. Absolutely obsessed with that. It's also signed. It also has one picture of them somewhere. Oh yeah, them in the forest. Like, this is just stunning. Every chapter header looks like this, the forest. Like, this is just beautiful. Cannot wait to get to this. And then we have Hawk by Jessie Hall. I love Jessie Hall. I'm so excited to read something from her. And I kind of wish that this was That Sick Love, but I'm very excited to get to this one as well. It also has a beautiful novel print signature. And then let's see, what do the chapter pages look like? Nothing crazy, just a black page. But like, I just love this so much. Then we have Between Hello and Goodbye by Emma Scott. And this is very beautiful as well. On the inside, let's see, we have 2 girls hanging out at the beach. Just gorgeous. We have another signature with a picture, and then, oh, here's the full-on picture, and then the cover titles are obviously waves, so like, beautiful job. We have Real by Kennedy Ryan, which I am so beyond excited about. This is gorgeous. Like, it's a film, if you can't tell. Like, beautiful. Also, I didn't realize how big this book was. Had no idea, but like this one also has the signed picture. Like, I can't wait to read this book. Like, I've heard nothing but good stuff about this book. It's just beautiful at the director's chair, if you can't tell. Freaking gorgeous. And then we also picked up Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez, which is the only book that I didn't have in her first series that came out. Even though I've heard some pretty problematic things about this, but this was $4 at Books A Million, so like I couldn't pass up this opportunity, and I will find out for myself because Abby Jimenez, I do really love her work. So for unhauling, I'm going to get rid of The Maidens because I don't know why I have this book if I didn't enjoy it. Like, yeah, I love Alex Michaelides for The Silent Patient, but why am I keeping a book that I had no desire, like no interest in? Like, it was not good. The ending sucketh so bad. I'm also getting rid of Women and Salt by Gabriela Garcia because like I'm just never gonna read this once again. This was back when I bought books all the time that I just wanted books on my shelves, like, but I'm never going to read this, so like doesn't need to be on my shelf. Okay, this one I feel like people are gonna judge me for, but I don't care if you judge me because I hated Song of Achilles, and everyone said if you didn't like that, you're not gonna like this. And that is Circe by Madeline Miller. I'm not a Greek mythology girly, okay? Like, we learned our lesson with Song of Achilles. I didn't like it. I didn't understand it. And everyone says that there's no way I'm gonna enjoy this if I didn't enjoy Song of Achilles. And so, like, what is the point in keeping this book? Like, there's not. In that same regard, I'm getting rid of Kaikeyi by Vaishnavi Patel. I don't have anything wrong against this book, but like I'm not a Greek mythology girly, so I don't know why I ever picked this up. Like, I'm never gonna read this. It's almost 500 pages. Like, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? I just read this month, but it was only a 3-star, and I didn't really even enjoy it that much and thought the ending was kind of lackluster, so I don't need to keep it on my shelf. And that's Pen Pal by Dathan Auerbach. I thought I was gonna really love this, and it was just kind of meh. It didn't hit. Like, I don't know if it's just because I read it at the wrong time because I'm not in my thriller and horror era, so I shouldn't have read this, but, you know, it be what it be at this point. Alright, we're almost done. I think we have 2 more hauls, 2 more unhauls, and we're done. Next 2 are books that I don't currently have in my possession, so I'll just show a picture of the original cover because I don't know what the Fairy Loot and Illumicrate editions are going to look like, but my February ones like have already shipped, so like figured I'd count them. So for Fairy Loot, I got The Crimson Moth by Kirsten Schicciarelli, and I'm very excited. I've heard it's a good book, so I'm excited to get that. And then from Illumicrate, I got To Cage a God by Elizabeth May. So at least I'm pretty sure, like, that's what the spoilers are all saying. And so I'm very excited because one of my favorite BookTube accounts, like, just reviewed it a couple weeks ago, which is actually why I unskipped February because I had skipped it initially. But it also had a Serpent and the Wings of Night item, like a cup in the box. And I was like, obviously, I need that in my life. Then for February's book for Probably Smut Book Club, I got Damaged Goods by LJ Shen, which this is a special edition cover because the original cover has ballet shoes on the front, and I think that this is absolutely stunning, and I love it so very much, so I'm very excited to have this in my possession. Then, because I couldn't help myself, I got the Bramble Books special edition of Gothicana by Runix because purple sprayed edges, hello. Also, have you seen this? Like, beautiful, breathtaking. We love a good special edition book release, and I now can add it to my editions of the special book box edition that the author did and the indie print edition. Have I read this book yet? No. If I hate it, I'm going to cry myself to sleep at night. And then I'm going to share the last 2 books, so I'll have 6 in this one because I have a 5-book edition after this. But the last 2 are on their way to me from Pengo. I got them with Pengo Bucks when I sold a special edition copy of a book. And so on my way, I have That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming because I really want to read that because I'm hoping that this could be a cozy fantasy book that I actually enjoy because it sounds so cute. And then I also have Curse of the Wolf King by Tassandra Odette on its way to me because I'm reading fairy tale retellings, and she has a 5-set series of fairy tale retellings, and I'm doing that for Bookemon, and so I figured I'd read her entire fairy tale retellings editions and then read one more like random fairy tale retelling from someone else. So those are on its way to me currently. Okay, so one is another arc that I didn't realize was an arc when I got it, and that's Vladimir by Julia May Jonas, and also, like, I've heard it's, like, a teacher-student, like, college romance, but, like, it's a weird one. I haven't heard great things about it, but also it's an arc, so, like, I don't really want to read the arc edition of it. Then I'm getting rid of this book because even though it's the edition that I really like to have on my shelf, I could not read this book. I hated this book. I fell asleep 20 times trying to read this book and left Neva in the lurch for this book. And that is It by Stephen King. I do not need to keep this on my shelf. I'm never going to try to read this again. It is the boringest ass book I have ever read or tried to read in my lifetime. Then it's time to get rid of some coho because I'm not a coho girly anymore. So I'm getting rid of November 9th, and I'm also getting rid of Ugly Love. Like, I'm never going to read these. I'm not in my coho era anymore. I know she's problematic. I know there's problems with these. I don't really care to read these. Like, come at me or don't, but goodbye. Okay, this one is another one that I'm getting rid of solely because it's a YA book. I'm not a huge YA person. I've read one book by this person and I absolutely loved it, but that was because it was literally a Carrie retelling. It was The Weight of Blood, but like I don't care to read the rest of Tiffany D. Jackson's books because like I'm not like a YA person. And so that's Grown. I'm sure this book is fabulous. The cover alone is stunning. If someone should convince me that I shouldn't get rid of this, then maybe I'll keep this. But as of right now, I'm just like, I'm not gonna read this. And then I'm only getting rid of this one because I don't have the first book in this series, and I mean, this was just alright, but like, it's not a romance that I'll ever like tell anybody to read because like, it's just kind of forgettable to me, and that is The Boyfriend Candidate by Ashley Winstead. So like, yes, I love Ashley Winstead, but she's not a romance girly. I like her thrillers. I just didn't like this third thriller. But The Last Housemaid, or The Last Housewife, and In My Dreams to Hold a Knife are like iconic. This just is not as iconic. Okay. Time for the last 5. It is a special edition set that I got from Fit with Rachel, or Rachel Baldwin, basically. She does special edition prints with like authors all the time. And she was reviewing a reprint of the Hate series by Madison Kate, like special edition covers. Had to have them. So let's show you them in order. We have Hate, beautiful. Liar, Fake, Kate, and Vault. Okay? These are stunning. Like, literally stunning. I'm obsessed. I'm so happy I have these special edition series in my possession. I got those instead of the original covers that just went out of print because I was like, I like these better. Like, I don't need the people covers. Like, these are pretty fabulous. So, very glad that I got those. But now it's time to unhaul 5 more books. And then we're done. I'm having trouble getting rid of 5 more books. And I only have to get rid of 5 more, guys. I only have to get rid of 5 more. To get rid of is Do I Know You by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegman broke up because I loved the roughest draft. I heard nobody talk and say good things about this book. And I just have no desire in reading said book anymore. And then it hit me like lightning. I'm getting rid of the entire Truly Devious series that I own, including the first one. So the last 4 books that I have to unhaul. Because I only gave the first book a 3-star. And like, yes, I could continue on as I bought the rest of the series before, you know, I read it. But why am I trying to continue on with the YA series that I gave 3 stars to the first book? Like, this is not going to get a 5-star. Like, what makes me think the difference between that and this is going to be a 5-star? Like, they're all going to end up being 3 stars. And why am I holding on to a 3-star series? And why am I trying to read a YA 3-star mystery series? Like, I'm just not invested in. Like, it would just be better to cut my losses and get rid of this while we're ahead. So now let's see the total of books that I hauled / unhauled. So I officially hauled 33 books and unhauled 33 books. Quite proud of myself, friends. Now I have more room on my shelves. Not really, because a lot of the books that I unhauled lived above my shelves. But you know, we're growing. We're growing. And hopefully I will have all of these listed on Pango, or most of them, by the time that you see this video. If not, that's going to be a goal. I'm going to do that tonight. But with that, I hope you enjoyed this. If you got to the end of this, let's put a $sign for all the money that I'm going to save by selling these books. And let me know if there's any books that I unhauled that you think I should hold on to, or any books that you're like, totally agree, you should keep that away, sister. And with that, I'll see you in a video very soon. Bye.